Hello, YouTube. This is Tachi ThinkMoon with yet another deck profile. This time it is Soulless Oracle Think Tank. I've decided to do this, to make this deck while waiting to make my Maguses. And I gotta say, I like the result. So I will give it to you. So first off, starting with grade 0s, I have 4 heals and then 12 crits. I'm kind of back and forth about excuse me. I'm kind of back and forth about using 12 crits. I've debated putting in 2 stands and 2 draws just to get those extra attacks and extra draw power. But this deck has plenty of draw anyways. And stands, I don't know, it's really personal preference. However, the trigger that is most important in this deck, Psychic Bird, for filling the soul. What's that? Filling the soul in a soulless deck, you say? You'll see. It's quite obvious if you know soulless decks, but if you don't know soulless decks, then it might be kind of a surprise. So grade 1s, we've got 4 perfect guards. Doesn't really matter, Tetra Magus or Battle Sister Chocolate. I just happened to pull 4 Tetra Maguses. I run the 8K vanilla Oracle Guardian Gemini. With the new set out, you could possibly run Crescent Magus to get up to 9,000, but there isn't, the way I have my deck built, there isn't just enough divination in it to justify using Crescent, so I don't. Gemini is just a good, reliable booster. And then I run 2 Weather Girl Milks. She's our 10k boost if you have 4 in your hand. And with this deck, if you don't have 4 in your hand when you need that 10k boost, you're doing something wrong. Then I have 2 Luckbird. This is why it's important to have Psychic Bird, because Luckbird requires 2 in the soul. So say you want to ride Coco a second time, you can ride Coco the second time, get her +2, soul charge 1 with Psychic, and then use Luckbird to empty your soul. And then, if you don't happen to get that, I have 2 One Who Gazes at the Truth. He's Soul Blast 1 and he gains 3,000 when he attacks. He's just good if I don't happen to have Luck or Psychic Bird, and I can just empty my soul that way. On to grade 2s. So first off in the grade 2 category, 3 Silent Tom. Now, I'm running 3, most importantly because I only own 3. However, 3 is kind of the magic number for Silent Tom. While his effect is really swaggin', he's not a very good attacker, and you don't really want to keep throwing down 9k attacks. So 3 is enough, where if your others get killed, you can still come back with the Tom. 4 is just too much. Then I run 2 Battle Sister Mocha, because basically with this deck she's always hitting for 11,000. I don't run any more because A, the requirement, because you might not always have 4 in your hand. Well, again, I said you're probably doing something wrong. It's still a possibility. And she's only 8k defender, and I don't want to have to keep guarding her. Battle Sister Glacé, pretty much the same thing as Mocha, except with, instead of having 4 in the hand, you have to have none in the soul, which is a far easier requirement to meet with this deck, but it still doesn't happen every time. For the times it doesn't happen, Battle Sister Tart for just the basic 10k attack. And then I have one Promise Daughter. She's kind of replacing that one Silent Tom that I don't have. But she's also good as a late game push if you happen to have a lot of cards in your hand, just to get that extra bit of damage. On to grade 3s. Of course, 4 Scarlet Witch Cocos. Oh, sorry, cat. My cat's here. I just sat on him. Scarlet Witch Coco, for those of you who don't know, her continuous effect is if you do not have any cards in your soul during your turn, she gains 3,000. And when you ride her, if you have 1 or less cards in your soul, counterblast 2, draw 2 cards. So she's really good. It's basically always ride, get +2. Now then, for the other grade 3s. Typically, people will run Battle Sister Cookie. However, my issue with Cookie is A, I only have 1, and B, with the Maguses out, there are better options. So I have 1 of the Break Ride, Hexagonal Magus. I would run 2 if I had more, but I don't. And also, she's really, with Soulless decks, it's kind of difficult with her because, well, she'll be in the soul, and even if you use Little Witch Lulu, by the time you ride Coco, you'll have 1 in the soul, and so you have to do either One Who Gazes or Luckbird to empty it, which is not very efficient. So I just run 1 just for that little bit of boost and for the chance to get the Break Ride. And then for the rest, Battle Sister Monica. I actually heard that a Monica Coco deck was doing well in Japan, so I decided to make it. Gotta say, I like the results. Monica's effect is Persona Blast. Look at the 5 cards of your deck, take 2 from them, put them in your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So it allows not only for a +2, but late game divination as well. So you can stack your deck. Her other effect is Counterblast 2 Battle Sisters to give her 5,000, but really that effect is rarely used. And I mean, there are some Battle Sisters in this deck. So it can be used, but there's really not a whole lot of point to using it. And then, of course, starting Vanguard, Little Witch Lulu. Pretty typical. I've used this in 1 tournament, however it was a slightly different build, and it did really well. The only person I lost to was an Eradicator Gauntlet Buster deck, and that guy just keeps beating me. But I have not used this deck in any, like, this specific build in a tournament yet. However, I've been playing against just other friendly matches, and it's done pretty well. So there is hope for this. I'm probably going to be building Maguses once I get them, though. Alright, well, I will probably be uploading more videos soon. And I've been uploading a lot lately. Just been cranking them out. So I hope to keep that going. See you later.